Hey guys, welcome to the JomezPro footage of the 2018 Beaver State Fling. We are heading into the round 3 back 9. We had a little bit of a lead change, so things are very exciting. I'm Madison Walker.
And I'm Lisa Fajkus. This coverage is brought to you by Innova Disc Golf. And I'm excited to see what we got here on the back 9. The rain is kind of picking up a little bit. Oh, yeah. We got weather to deal with.
The thunder starting to rumble. It gets you a little nervous, a little energy on the field, and we're moving into one of the hairiest holes on the course. Lots of OB all the way down.
Yeah, true island, and this is a fun par 4 that you can actually go for it if you have a great drive. Yep. Lots to deal with though. It's fun to throw one out over the road to see how much distance you can get.
Yeah, this one you kind of do want to take a risk if you want for your placement for your second shot, because you want to land on the right side of the fairway near the road. You don't want to be tucked up back in those trees because it makes your approach a lot more difficult. So but kind of putting it out wide over the road and letting it land on the right side of the fairway is the play, but it is very scary.
It is a play. It just depends on how aggressive you want to be. I've seen other players try to keep it on the green side, not play over the road, and still try to get that distance without being kind of
like working a straight shot?
Yeah, working that straight shot nicely, but, I like to definitely hang a hyzer out there.
I think, for some reason, I think working those straight shots on a hole like this is even scarier, because if you flip it and it goes in the road, like it's not going to come back. I kind of trust the hyzer a little bit more on this shot, but looks like these ladies are all doing the same thing.
It's kind of a tweener shot almost, like a not super straight, but almost like a hyzer that is just in the safe.
Yeah.
Is that makes, but still, I see what you're saying.
But yeah, if you're looking for the 3, you want to be kind of further out to the right.
True, exactly. It's like, how are you going to attack this hole?
Val's going to lay it up. She's going to just take her par.
That's totally cool. Layup was my play last year.
A smart play.
It's a smart play. This year, I don't mind going for it on a good drive, though.
Got a little more aggressive with it?
I made it onto the island.
Looks like Catrina might have hit the curb on the island and kind of ricocheted backwards, because I think she was on there for a second.
This was my first birdie, I believe, of my tournament, and it got me going.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
That's such a good birdie.
I needed it.
That's a power birdie.
Yeah.
And is that Paige's drive?
You know it.
Get out of here. Knee putt to the island, of course.
Wow.
No, that makes perfect.
Oh, no, right off the back.
Wow.
That is so unlucky.
That happens so fast. It'll be a close putt from there. So that was the right play.
You're right. It's just a pickup, but that's just unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. She'll be looking at a circle 4. I like that the right behind the basket, we're looking right into someone's living room in their van.
Nice. Good call.
Ballot pitches up for her 4. Catrina's looking at a little bit of a longer putt to save.
Oh, no. Stop. Oh, no way.
Man.
That is a little bit of a game changer.
Yes, it is. This basket's tiny bit elevated, just in the sense that it slopes down on all sides towards OB. So it's definitely a death putt. Definitely scary. Paige makes it look easy. Catrina.
Oh, no. It's touchy, but Catrina, unfortunately, it looks like she rushes quite a bit, because I know she can hit those. It's a matter of regrouping sometimes. She regroups there, but unfortunately the damage was done.
Gosh, that's not what I was expecting at all.
No, me either.
She's been so solid. It can happen so fast on that little skinny island. There's only probably 15 or 20 feet on either side of the basket, so it is so easy for that to happen if you get just even the slightest bit of nerves.
Super fast green. I have to always remember that's an option. That's a risk that you're taking on putting on an island like that.
There was actually only 2 threes in the field, Vanessa Van Dyken and Leslie Todd, so those are great threes.
Almost had it too on the second round.
Almost had it, yeah.
I put myself on the island the second round, or the second
shot.
Yeah, didn't make the putt. But
so moving on to hole 11. This is another par 4. This hole is kind of a big open bomb on the first shot, but you want to kind of make sure you keep it to the left if you're trying to play aggressive. But for most of the women, it's going to be 2 shots and then an approach. You're not really going to try to get it to the green on your second shot, unless you're Paige. You might be trying. She's putting it right on the left side of the fairway where you want to be.
Perfect.
She'll have a big Anheuser drive to get to the green. Val does the same thing. She lands on a little slopey hill over there. She'll be looking to kind of get around the corner on her next shot.
Mm-hmm.
This hole, the only thing you're worried about is hyzering out into the parking lot on the left, which is out of bounds. And also, you don't want to be right. Those big trees, there's not a gap through there. It might look like there is, but there is not. And you don't want to be tangled up in those trees as well, because you have to take a lot of distance off to get out, pitch out from the bottom.
And definitely, this is a true par 4.
Mm-hmm. You want to be able to have a full run up on your second shot, for sure. Looks like Val maybe put it a little low, a little turned over. She's going to have a really tough look at the basket for her next shot.
Yeah, she's definitely cut off a lot of angle.
Nicole works a beautiful flex shot. She'll have a straight approach to the basket.
Sweet. Catrina doing what she does best.
Wow, that is such a great shot.
Amazing.
That's amazing. That is not an easy approach. It's blind. It's far.
She has a good way of focusing after coming back from a mistake or two.
Yeah, she doesn't go on tilt.
No, she kind of regroups and channels her energy.
The sign of a good athlete.
Yeah, for sure.
Paige leaves her shot a little short, but we all know she can make that putt.
And Valarie with the big swooping Anheuser. It's a fun run at it.
Pro scrambler. Valdos. Nicole pitches up for an easy tap in. Paige looking at a 40-footer for birdie.
Just all over it, though. I mean, that almost went in. Inches
Wanted it.
Straight at it. There you go.
Catrina with a big birdie putt. That's so great after that triple bogey.
Came back with a birdie, and that looked like a beautiful putt. You know, she has it within her.
Wow, to have a triple bogey at Milo and still only be 2 over par, that is just really impressive.
Definitely.
Val taps in her par. Catrina was actually the only birdie on this hole in the field. That doesn't surprise me. You got to have big distance to get to this green on your second shot. So
a big turnover distance too.
Mm-hmm. Congrats to Catrina for really making that hole work for her. Moving on to hole 12, this is definitely a more gettable birdie. One of the more gettable birdie par 3s if you've got a big arm.
Mm-hmm.
It's another island hole.
Yeah, this one you just bang one out there really long and straight, and that low ceiling comes into play quite often. You might be taking a knee on your second shot, but if you go straight at it, this one, again, it's quite open on your drive, so just get one nice and straight and long. Catrina has plenty of power, almost too much power, but she's right there on the edge.
You kind of want to be more on the right like that so you can take that low branch tree out of the picture. You can see these ladies are putting their hyzers way out right because they don't even want to tango with that thing at all.
Interesting.
Wow.
You know, Paige and Kat are a couple of the ladies that have the power to actually get in that road, so maybe they're trying to make sure they're not going to hit that OB mark.
Val kind of flips her disc over, but she'll be able to scramble from there.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in her scramble ability.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a misfire, but she should hopefully get up and down to the island. Nicole Moore with her traditional hyzer line.
Beautiful little hyzer flip hyzer.
And now she's under that low ceiling there, looking straight at it.
This island is so scary to me. It's nice because there's no curb on the front, so you can kind of throw low and have it slide up.
Oh, no.
Oh, get there.
Oh, no, yeah. Unfortunate there.
Val was looking for the slide, didn't quite get all the way there. But it is so tight on the back. If you throw too long... Oh.
Okay, this is when it starts to rain.
Oh, man, that's not what she wanted.
Unfortunate. Roll away. Wow.
Kat works the slide up on the hill. She'll have a tap in for par. We're looking at birdie. little safe run. That the
Great drive.
the out of bounds is literally probably only 10 feet behind the basket, so it's really scary to run it a long putt on that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Paige taps in her bogey. Not what she wants, but
Really unfortunate. However, she still has a lead. Luckily for her, this is just a tough hole, especially with the rain kicking in right now. Just adds another element. It's so hard sometimes when you're dealing with your umbrella, your towel, your wet disc, everything.
your grip, everything's all messed up and awkward. There was no birdies in the field on that hole, which kind of surprises me a little bit, but it was raining, and that's you have to really have max distance to get that birdie. So hole 13. I keep saying that this is my favorite hole, but
Really? Oh,
they're
no.
all. I just keep saying that about every hole.
This is not my favorite hole,
I love this hole.
unfortunately, but it's so guarded. Just a long upshot is needed, long and straight. It's tough, this one. I just have trouble with it.
It's very, very technical.
Technical, yeah. If you get caught up on the right side, that's what I've had trouble with, getting caught up on those trees that Catrina just hyzered by.
You kind of have to throw a flex shot because you want to be where that tree on the right is, but you also, if you throw at it, you can get knocked down and not really have a great run up. So it's kind of a catch-22, trying to keep it on the right side and also trying not to get tangled up in those branches.
Nice shot by Nicole there.
Really
Plenty of
good.
distance.
Yeah, she boomed it.
That's what you wanted. Paige is looking at bite off a lot here. Oh, see, she flips it, and the wind was kind of pushing towards that. But
Wow.
she flips it through the trouble.
Oh,
Kind of goes past
She'll still have
past those
an
trees.
approach.
Yeah,
Wide
that's-
open approach.
That'll work.
Man, is that the line? Val puts it right up the gap, just how you want to.
Yeah, got the distance, and I like that straight shot. She finishes on the left side, but that's a open hyzer to the pin now.
And that tree that blocks the basket, even though it is pretty big and it looks not very friendly, if you can just poke it into those branches, it's pretty open underneath, almost like a little cave. So you can pretty much get a putt from anywhere under that, near the trunk of that tree.
Yeah, if you put enough force on your disc, it might just slide under it.
Nicole had a tough lie. She had to kind of throw around the root of a tree. She'll have a longer putt, but she's right on line. Trina says, I don't want to putt in this rain.
I like that play. Just a hyzer for your second shot, even though it's blind, like you said. Just trusting it. And Paige has a nice open look for her par.
Yeah, there we go. Cash in one of the
Super
long
good
ones.
putt.
Yeah,
Clean
in the
it.
rain,
Yep.
puddles.
Cleaning up pars here.
These raindrops were fat. They were,
Ooh.
we were getting soaked out there. I don't know about you guys, but
Man, it was bad.
all right. So moving on to hole 14,
Got 5 holes to go. This is the big par 5.
the only par 5 on the course, on either of the courses, right?
Yes.
Yep. And it is a very merited par 5. It is so long. It is so technical. There's so many trees, so much low ceiling. It is truly if I get a 5, I feel like I birdied it.
Definitely, yeah. It's 4 great shots. I mean, it's insane. We'll get you there, but I don't know. A 6 feels like a par for me.
There's out of bounds all the way down the right side, roped out of bounds over that fence. There's a river down there, or a little creek. Katrina looks like she gets tangled up in the trees on the right. Nicole, same problem. You kind of want to make sure you hyzer out at the end of this shot because you want to set your second shot up to be a little bit more wide. Paige working a roller. Huh.
She puts a great angle on it. It needs to hold, though.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. playing with OB, but she lands short of it.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
For the distance there.
It is. Yeah, usually
risky though.
Very risky. Usually, your second shot, you're just trying to get around those big group of trees that Paige just landed near, so that was a great shot.
Yep.
That doesn't quite get enough on it. She lands under those big trees on the left. I feel like that's a pretty common landing zone.
Yeah, that's kind of my line that I take. Just try to poke a little bit further than those trees or be a little more center cut. But
you could see on the stats that they just dropped on the right-hand
no,
corner.
That roller is just going the wrong way there.
The stats they just dropped on the right-hand corner of the screen, it says the average score for the FPO field on this hole is a 6.8. So you can see
exactly
on a par 5 and it's averaging a 6.8. I mean, a lot of these ladies are happy to get a 7 on this.
Definitely. It's definitely a true par 6 that we feel for the FPO.
It looks like Nicole and Catrina both got tangled up in that same big bunch of trees in 2 totally different ways. There's so many different options, so many routes. Everyone's going to play the hole very differently. No two same.
You just want to get as much distance as you can on each shot since it's so long.
Back-to-back rollers, huh?
And that's how you do it. Paige gets the most distance with her roller, and she likes to play aggressive, so she's going to go roller, roller, roller if she can, I'm sure.
Wow.
Paige, she goes big. Same with Kat. They like to go big. Sometimes it doesn't pay off. Kat got into trouble there. And then that next roller looks like
she's lying 3 right now.
Tailed off,
I believe.
Yeah. Yes.
Nicole throws an accidental cut roller. She's also lying 3 as well.
Oh, and now for an air shot.
This is one of the few that you can kind of go wide open. You don't have to worry about a low ceiling here, and we see Catrina work the whole fairway, work the height.
Got good distance there.
Look at that power. What a great shot from Nicole. Even in the wet grass, that's so impressive to have that much control and that much power when it's slippery.
Yeah, you have to change your run up a little bit, change your routine. Might have to go a little faster. Those raindrops collect on your disc. Sometimes they get on your throwing finger, and then it's all over.
Game over. Val puts hers right in the middle. I believe she's lying 3. I think. I'm trying to keep count. Oh, that's not what you want.
Oh, that's so unfortunate after a couple good rollers and an air shot. Here we go.
She's got a little much on it, and she's playing with the out of bounds. It looks like it might have stayed safe. She's going to have a really tough approach to the green from there. Yeah, you can see just how much trouble you can get into and how many different places things can go wrong, how many trees you can hit, how many branches you can get tangled up in. It turns into a 6 or a 7 or even an 8 really fast. We had a couple 8s on my card. The snowman, as they call it. Val doing what she does, throwing it straight and far. She's going to have a look at a jump cut, round circle 2, maybe just outside circle 2.
Cool. Kept it low, needs to carry.
And she'll have a look as well. It's a little guarded, but definitely gettable from there. Paige is right behind the tee pad for the next hole.
Whoa.
Which is basically to the right of the basket. What was that? I don't even know whose shot that was.
I'm not sure.
Val pitches up to the green. Catrina looking to get that Annie putt in. Almost draws metal. There's not a lot of trouble on this green besides guarded putts. You don't have to worry about any sloping or rolling. Ooh, she wanted it. Was that for her 5? I think that was for a 6. Even with 2 bomb rollers, Paige still takes a double bogey.
Yep. Playing aggressive, got off the fairway a little bit and cost it. Made her pay a little bit.
Catrina taps in her 7 as well.
And the 7 doesn't
Nicole
feel too bad.
Oh, she takes a 7 as well. Man, I lost track. Oh, yeah, she got tangled up in that tree earlier. Val takes the 6, walks away with a bogey and the best score on the card. There was actually only one par in the whole ladies field that day. Sai Ananda, congratulations, you are awesome.
Great.
It's a great 5.
Great birdie almost. Sai, yeah, basically that feels like a birdie. That's amazing.
So moving on to hole 15, I call this the anthill hole. It's on a mound.
Nice. 400 feet straight ahead. Just
go straight.
Super good distance shot if you can get up there. But those low-hanging branches on the right side catch your frisbee sometimes if you hang it out.
Val takes her straight little mini anti-flex shot. Works perfectly. She'll have an easy approach to the basket.
Yeah, she's not really going for the pin, looks like. Just get it up there for the par. Get it nice and long.
This is 400 feet is hard, and even though it doesn't quite look like it, I would say it's slightly uphill. Besides the basket being elevated, it is a little bit uphill, so it plays a little longer than 400.
It's like with the rain coming down, these ladies are just thinking, fairway, be safe. They're playing real smart right now.
We'll get some good distance on it. Wow. She's filming them. Pretty much the only trouble is you don't want to hyzer out to the left to end up in those trees, and you don't want to, oh no, I did the same thing. Early release in the rain.
Yep. Paige knows she can get up there on a big pull, and
it's a really tough out from those bushes. That sidewalk is not out of bounds. It's really hard to get out of there clean with all the branches and vines and stickers and even once you get up on this mound, it's a death putt from all angles, so it's a little scary when your disc is wet, your hand's wet, everything's a little soggy.
Being short is not good. You want to get as close on top of the mound as possible. Especially in the rain. I mean, these ladies are really dealing with the elements still.
Paige just sticking with the layup. You don't really want to be aggressive on this. Catrina doesn't let the elevated basket get in her head this time. Taps in her par.
Nice.
Super solid putt.
Oh no! Uncharacteristic.
Oh man, that is a brutal double bogey on this one. Man, that's not what I was expecting, but
very surprising.
Yeah.
She had a couple strokes to play with, but
if you don't get off the tee on this one, it really is tough.
Yeah, those last couple holes in the rain have been a little difficult.
Do you use the shirt method?
Oh, definitely.
Me too. I usually have a towel in my shirt.
Yep. Just started doing it. It works pretty well, and I just try to go a little quicker.
All right, moving on to hole 16.
You know, I like this hole. It's real tricky on the tee shot with those two trees there. You want to anhyzer one around them, and then hopefully flex back to the left. Nice and long up the fairway here, and then tucked on the right side is going to be the basket, another par 4.
It's very guarded. It's a little bit uphill, kind of a little tiered green, which is cool. This is a really awesome hole, really pretty, really well laid out. You don't want to hyzer out into those bushes on the left. It makes for a really tough second shot. Val gets around those big trees and lands pretty much exactly where you want to.
Yeah, that's a great placement there. Getting something to flex a little bit. And hyzer a little, even though she's going straight and hyzering out on just a bit. So yeah, she's going to be tight. If she stayed a few feet to the right, she would have been okay, but
got out a little early. I think she had the right line.
Definitely.
Just kind of slipped.
Yeah, you want it to carry. You want your angle to carry you to the right. Nicole just comes up low there.
You can see when her disc hits the grass that water flies everywhere.
Right.
Everything was so saturated.
It's soaked right now, and the rain is basically pouring.
Yeah, it was.
At this point.
Bat drops.
Paige just releases a perfect drive, it looks like.
Just plays the straight hyzer. Nicole.
She gets maybe too much distance, but no, that's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. You don't want to be tucked to the right there because you want to have a little bit more of an open angle on your approach, like where Val is now.
Valarie.
She still has a really long shot ahead of her, so.
This is such a great shot here. It's just textbook. She's laying herself up for the par.
Playing nice and safe.
I mean, of course, because she's not going for it. And then from there, it's just a pitch up. Anywhere in those logs is fine. Even if you don't hit the wood chips, it's still a short putt if you're at the bottom of the log.
Catrina nicks a few branches on the way out. She'll still be kind of scrambling from the edge.
Yeah.
But she, you know, with her forehand, she could definitely approach the green from where she is now. Paige playing a little bit more aggressive. Holy God.
Super aggressive, but that branch helped her a ton because that could have gotten
real hairy back in the right.
I was headed in there.
Nicole also throwing an aggressive shot, and it looks like it might play out for her. She's going to have a putt.
She's on the backside. Wow.
This is a very merited par 4. There's a lot of trouble you can get into, and a 4 feels really good on this hole.
It does. It's so solid. Catrina doesn't hyzer enough back at the basket. She's looking at a longer putt now. And Valarie, get up there. Yep.
She'll have a tap in.
Sweet. Paige with the sweet flick.
And she's also going to have a nice, easy putt for par.
Catrina takes no time, but she doesn't need any time. Just place it right under there. It's a tough one for her.
Get off with a bogey, but I mean, where she was, it's not that far off. It would be really hard to save the par from that drive.
Oh, so close.
Nicole in the hunt. And this green is pretty slopey. It makes for it makes for an awkward putt. It really does.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, you know, it's been a long round. There's only a couple holes left.
It's really
it's
cold.
raining. You know, you're tired at this point. This is kind of your endurance moment, trying to push through hard on these last couple holes, and don't want to let those little strokes
add up.
Yeah, you don't want to drop them, and it can happen there at the end, especially. I know I got fatigued and I got tired, and I was trying to keep my energy up in the rain. And
the temperature probably dropped 15 degrees during the round. It was insane.
Got cool, yeah. It really did at the end. Yeah, I actually started getting cold on my last hole. Luckily, we were done, but I remember at the very, very last putt, that's when it was raining the hardest. Pouring really hard.
So Nicole's going to take a double bogey. It's her first big score of the round besides the par 5 that everyone kind of does.
Yeah, so just a little putt too. I mean, she was right there.
Yeah, it always hurts to 3-putt towards the end of the round.
Hole 17. This is a skinny fairway. You don't want to be left or right. Try to be long and, if you can, and high to the right, or just be long and straight to make that corner. 450 though is super long. Gonna hyzer off to the left side now. And be in that short grass if you can. That's a super cool fairway mow job.
Yeah. The drive is low ceiling. You have to really penetrate while also keeping it low.
Such a good flex on that line, but just it comes back just a barely on the edge.
It's going to make for a tough approach. You want to be out to the right for your approach on this basket because it's another one that kind of almost used back around.
Get off of that. She made it through.
She'll be happy with that.
Okay. That was close.
So this actually played as the second most difficult hole on the course for the FPO field.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's because of the rain, because we were all playing it in the rain, or
you know
if
what? My disc did what Catrina's disc did, but it did not punch through.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that's why it can be so difficult. Pitch outs happen if you have a bad shot.
Trying to keep it low.
Luckily, she bounces backwards. She can save par. It's gonna be really hard though.
Trying to keep it low on this hole, it kind of affects your disc angle. So it's really easy to accidentally hyzer out or accidentally cut roll and like wind up in a spot that you never would normally land up.
It is so touchy. And then you see the MPO field. They like to take this high this high window on this hole.
Do they? I
There's a funny high window that the top pros like to. Some of them for the big D. Yeah. To kind of take out that low ceiling you were talking about.
Catrina lands just around circle's edge with a big hyzer, taking all those bushes that Val has landed in out of play. Val wraps a hyzer. Man, she makes that look so easy. That is not an easy shot. It is such a tight hyzer shot. You really have to use the skip there. Paige pitches up. Nicole does the same. They're in the home stretch now. They can feel it.
Almost had that. Just a little low. Solid par. Super good upshot.
Always smiling. Very happy. Nice disc golf strong hat.
Trina not happy with this one, but that's okay. Just
6 or 4. I kind of like her that she doesn't have a putting routine. It's working for her. I mean, she just steps up and throws it in.
That's how some people play, by really not thinking too much. And that's kind of their routine, you could say.
If I did that, I would just airball everything.
Yeah.
I have to focus. I have to take a minute.
Me too. I have to take a few extra seconds. All right. I like to do that. I feel like that helps.
Nicole with the bogey. I know she's not happy with it, but it's, we kind of have to give ourselves a break when the weather gets the way it is. I mean, look at this. Look at the recording of this hole during our practice round days. We're all wearing shorts. It was like 80.
Hot, perfect.
It's almost brutal to go back and forth from this view to like what it was actually during the round. So this hole, there's OB on the right-hand side, roped OB past these trees on the right. There's a whole bunch of bushy trees on the left if you guys are out early. Wow.
Yeah, see, this is when it started to pour the most.
I know.
We were just tapping out our putts, but man, it started to downpour here.
It was so brutal. Foul lands right where you want to. A little hyzer is a great shot to set up your second.
Hyzer is all you need here. Don't bite off too much, but Paige takes the untraditional. I didn't see that coming, but
looks like it works for her.
Ends a little funny on the right side, but it should be open. Pitch up.
She'll have a look.
Catrina early. Unfortunately, that rain.
Friendly kick though.
That rain is gonna really affect everyone's frisbees.
Yeah, you can see the flags on the right by where all the people are standing. It's scary to throw a hyzer right at that.
At this time, sometimes it's hard, to get a grip on your disc. And you just have to go quick. Catrina's just doing what she can, throwing a flick. It's a little blind, but that's great. Back in the fairway.
That's a great shot.
Whoa!
Wow!
Holy crap! That's on the putting green.
Yep. That's a nice little straight shot. This green slopes down away behind the basket. It's a little bit scary to throw an approach on. If it doesn't land flat, it definitely can roll deep. Nicole's gonna give herself a look at a putt. It's definitely not what she wanted.
Yeah, just a little short.
Paige jump putts to get on the green, but also not the distance of putt you want to make in the rain.
No.
The closer the better.
This green is really tough being slanted like it is. There's a little roll away, but not much. It's just hard to go for this one.
What a great
super good par.
In the rain.
Super good par save after that drive.
Yeah, excellent scramble.
Now you got the uphill, but super solid. That's what Paige does.
Wow, that is such a great putt. She's still keeping her hand dry even though she doesn't have to anymore. It's a habit. That
was clutch to get a par there, maintain a one-stroke lead.
Great job with Nicole making that comeback or even in the rain. Keeping her head screwed on.
Nicole's been hitting the basket all day.
Happening her par.
Par for Val again. No surprises there. And again, Paige has a one-stroke lead now after 3 rounds. Really exciting, really tight race here we have.
Yeah, that back 9 was definitely a little hairy in the rain. You can see lots of bogeys, but they're happy to be done and move on to the next round. Catrina drops down to 4th place. Vanessa jumps back up to a tie for 2nd. Happy to see her back up there. And thank you guys for listening. Thank you to Jomez for doing the filming and putting the coverage together. Thank you to Innova for supporting it. I'm Madison Walker.
And I'm Lisa Fajkus. Come back for the last round.